And here we are in the kitchen today, about to get into a little dairy, an important component in our health.
That's right. Nancy Freeman from Farm Families of Mississippi is also going to show us how to make her old-fashioned macaroni and cheese made easy, and we're excited to learn about that. And so you want to talk dairy today. Of course, dairy is a great part of the diet.
It really is. Actually, dairy foods provide the most source of calcium in the American diet. The average American drinks about 22 gallons of milk in a year. Some of us more, probably.
Me, I'm a big milk guy.
And stuff with that. You know, and it's such a great food. You know, it's one of the only, it is the only food that is grown and harvested on the same day.
Really?
If you think of it, sure.
Well, milk, they milk
the
cows.
cows twice a day. So
very
I mean,
good,
it's the only one
Nancy. Very clever.
on the same day. So one harvest on the same day. And we've actually, you know, people say dairy farms, they're scattered throughout the state. We have 127 grade A dairy farms here in the state of Mississippi. They brought in about $74 million worth of retail production to the state of Mississippi, which is a lot of benefit to it. And you get dairy in so many great ways. I mean, the recipe that I'm using is going to have milk and cheese in it. There's cottage cheese, cream cheese, all kinds of different cheeses.
Everybody wants to know how to make this.
Here's the easy one.
It looks delicious.
This is easy as it gets. Melt some margarine in the bottom of it. Uncooked macaroni. So, I mean, you can't get much easier than this. You're going to stir it around so that the little bit of margarine that's in the bottom, and this has got, you know, just a couple of teaspoons of margarine in it. Makes it very easy. I'm going to sprinkle in some salt and pepper. And, you know, that's kind of according to your taste. I use about a teaspoon for a full 9x13 pan. But you just mix this around, kind of get it spread out in there a little bit. You're going to pat it down just a little bit so it's kind of even in the bottom of the pan. And then all we're going to do is put some cheese over the top. And I mean, it doesn't get much easier than that. And you can, you know, play with your different kinds of cheeses. If you want to make it more like a Mexican mac and cheese, you know, you can use the pepper jacks in there. You can use the different blends with the quesos and so forth.
You know, I've never made mac and cheese before in my life, but you do make it look easy.
It is extremely easy.
Oh, really? You were shocked.
I mean, well, a lot of people think that the homemade mac and cheese is just this really hard thing, and it's not.
A lot of people think it comes out of a box, Nancy.
That's true. That's true. I don't remember growing up with it in a box, although I know as a young adult when I moved out on my own, I did switch to the box for a little while, and I got to tell you, I went right back to making it the homemade variety.
Better. And you're adding how much milk?
I'm adding a couple of cups of milk. But this is for a half. If you were going to do this in a 9x13, which the recipe calls for, it actually calls for 4 cups of milk, and it's all very convenient. And you don't stir it or anything. You just put it into an oven at 350. It's going to bake for 60 minutes. That's it.
Well,
you don't have to do anything else to it.
Buttermilk and some other things along.
Well, I brought those just as examples to use with it. But I mean, it's super easy to do. I mean, it is. Actually, I can work that out for you, and I happen to have a fork on the bottom that you can have with it. I mean, you know, this is a simple, easy dish that people can make ahead of time and have it ready to go. I was going to say, how about if I fix you your own plate is what I was thinking.
Okay, good.
And stuff with it.
Yum.
That, you know, it's an easy meal pleaser. Children love it. Adults like it. You can make it ahead of time. It is a wonderful dish that you can work with. And again, the different kinds of cheeses that make the flavor just change according to what you want. And I love something that you don't have to do all the extra cooking. See,
wonderful.
This is good.
Isn't it a nice texture to it? And you know, sometimes you may remember your grandmother might have made this, and she would have put a raw egg in it, and you can add an egg to it if you want to. If you do that, add it to the milk.
We are saluting dairy with some fabulous macaroni and cheese, Nancy Freeman style. Nancy, thanks for being with us.
It's my pleasure.
We appreciate it.
That's really just as easy as right out of the box.
Thanks,
Nancy. Thanks for watching the 4 o'clock show.
We'll see you back here in 30 minutes, just in time for the news at 5.